Good morning, welcome. It's lovely to be with you. And I'm Sheila. I hope you're having a great time wherever you are. I hope you and your loved ones are all safe and secure. So, this video is all about the urge of your heart, and it's also to do with your true purpose in this new energy that we're in. Many of you are going to feel that you're not doing what you're really here to do. Many of you may be looking at the life you have lived prior to COVID, and many of you may be very aware that for whatever reason you don't have the interest, the inclination, or the ability to carry on in the way that you were. I have been seeing many healers, intuitives, that they just feel as though there's something more that they should be doing. And one of the things that can get in the way of that is spiritual amnesia. And that is what I'm here to talk about. The purpose of spiritual amnesia. So in your true state, you are aware that everything is occurring at the same time. And you are focused in many different places at once. You are able to connect to any of the lives that parts of you are having. You are able to go into the future, you are able to go into the past, and you are able to experience any level of consciousness from the lowest to the highest that there is. When you got the body that you're in, you wrote many spiritual agreements that are taking place right now. These are known as spiritual contracts. And the purpose of these spiritual contracts is to help you become more aware of who you really are. Many of those spiritual contracts are only supposed to last for a length of time. Some of those contracts will be with family members, lovers, friends, and also what you do for a living. When a spiritual contract ends, it becomes very difficult to carry on as if it was still in place. And what you will experience is little attachment emotionally to what once mattered an awful lot. You will often experience frustration with the other people involved within the contract. You will often be very aware that your priorities have changed, and you may be very aware that their priorities have also changed or have not changed at all. You may find yourself becoming increasingly disillusioned with other areas of your life, because when a contract is done, it continues taking energy from you that you are supposed to be putting into other areas. And the whole point of spiritual amnesia is for you to link into a deeper sense of knowing what is really in your highest path. Now, obviously, you could argue it would be much easier if your guides or your higher self just told you what it is that you're here to do, or who it is you're meant to be with, or how you're supposed to proceed. But that would take away the entire point of being in the physical. Because in the physical, it takes more time for things to change. And we feel it in a much more survival-based way. But you haven't been left with no awareness. And so if you are a healer or an empath, and at whatever level you are feeling disconnected or disillusioned with something in your life, whether that is a way of working, a relationship, whatever that is a very clear sign that the contract has ended in its current form. Now, from a human perspective, it's very common to feel a lot of fear because you may not be able to get away from the idea that that means you're going to lose that person, or you're going to lose your job, or you're going to lose your income. And that can bring with it a whole host of other fears, such as where will you live? How will you raise your kids? How will you pay the bills? And if this is ended, then somebody needs to tell me what's going to replace it. And that was what your higher self planned, was within the physical for you to reach a point that you recognise the only way to navigate the present moment and the future is to take your focus within and connect with yourself. And very often, the circumstances of our lives are so dramatic, they feel so urgent, that the last thing that we feel that we've got time to do is to go within. Because the situation seems to be becoming more and more urgent, more and more desperate, and you will be feeling more and more frustrated. But if you do manage to go within and start an energetic communication with your heart, you will start to feel, after about a week, you will start to feel urges, surges coming through your heart to do things differently. Now, I'm speaking from personal experience here. I have been training spiritual development for many, many years. And one of the things that happened a couple of months ago is, by accident, I deleted every single YouTube video I have ever made. And what I'm now doing is I am deleting every single course that I have ever offered. And I'm doing that on purpose, because I have no interest in plain mechanics of clairvoyance. I have every interest in connecting people to their higher guidance and to feel how loved you are by all of those that know you in heaven. And this includes your twin, your guides, the masters that you train under, you train with, your soul family, your star family, and of course, your higher, wider self. And so for me, everything I'm saying to you has affected me. So with the spiritual amnesia, it makes for an interesting, if not challenging, navigational process. And I'm going to tell you what I did. I have spent many, many hours merging with my higher self, who I call Sarah. I have spent many, many hours integrating her energy within my own. I have spent many, many, many non-linear hours learning from masters such as Gandhi, Mother Mary, Yeshua, the Great White Brotherhood, you name it, all of them. And what I've been led to do is to only work with what's in my heart. And that's got nothing to do with clairvoyance, and it's got everything to do with the energy of heaven and the energy of love. So this video about spiritual amnesia is for you to understand that when a soul contract is done, there is something else waiting for you. And that something else has to be discovered. There is no person out there that can tell you what that thing is in its entirety. Now, I offer life purpose readings, and what I'm able to do is I'm able to channel your higher self, tell you what kind of soul you are, tell you different components of your life purpose and all of that. But your life purpose is a feeling, it's a frequency, it is an emotion. It's not just what it says on the tin. And that is something you really can only connect with as you form a closer relationship with your guides and you start being aware of the transmissions that your guides are bringing you, and you're all receiving transmissions. So spiritual amnesia was part of the plan, part of your plan. But there is something else out there for you, whether that is another relationship, an evolution within the relationship that you're in, whether that is a new career, a new way of living, a new way of looking at the world. It is an evolution which has got far more love energy within it than what you're disillusioned with. You really need to connect inwardly over a period of time. And the first part of this is really feeling the presence of your guides and feeling not necessarily what they're saying, but how much love that they're saying it with. This is a transmission of support. And when you know that you are actually supported, you haven't been abandoned, you're not being left to figure it all out, then you start using your spiritual gifts to listen to the new direction that you wrote for yourself before you were even born. And this is what I'm doing myself. If you would like some help with this, contact me, because this is what myself and all my team are here to help you to do. We're here to help you understand what really matters to you, understand what's in your heart, understand what doesn't fit anymore, and how you explain that to the people that are actually part of that, and how you can evolve your life in a way that doesn't include loss and pain. And we would love to assist you. Spiritual amnesia is not here to make you forget who you are. It's for you to discover who you have yet to become. For now, lots of love from me and them. Goodbye for now.